Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will share information with you on preparing a nutrient-rich soil mix when planting a pepper sapling and how to prune peppers to get a high yield. First of all, we will fill more than half of our pot with regular garden soil. On top of this soil, we sprinkle a thin layer of worm castings. Thanks to these worm castings, the produce we harvest will be of much higher quality. If you want, you can sprinkle more worm castings on top of the soil. Adding a bit extra won't cause any harm. Now let's see how we will plant the pepper saplings into this pot. As always, we pour plenty of cinnamon powder onto their roots. Thanks to the powerful antioxidants in the cinnamon, it will accelerate growth and development. And then we place the pepper sapling into the soil. We lay it directly over the worm casting, supported with the soil from the sides to make sure it stands upright. As this pepper sapling grows, its roots will descend into the soil and hold on more tightly. The goal here is to ensure that its roots make contact with the worm casting during their growth. I plant the second pepper sapling about 8 to 10 centimeters away using the exact same method. One of the most important things you need to pay attention to during the planting is not to damage the roots when removing the sapling from the pot they grew in. If necessary, remove them together with the soil around their roots. Saplings with damaged roots will not continue their growth where you plant them. We mix a rich soil containing the minerals necessary for the plant and add it on top. You can access this mix, which contains minerals like potassium, calcium and nitrogen, from the link above. After completing this process, we apply the first watering, the live water. I insert these wooden skewers sold in markets along the edges of the pods so that the birds don't approach the saplings. It doesn't harm the birds in any way, it just keeps them away. Here we have two pots, one containing peppers planted in rich soil mix, and the other has peppers planted in a normal garden soil. About 2 weeks later, you can see the difference between the two pots. These are the peppers I planted in a regular soil, and these are the peppers in the rich soil mix that you saw earlier. And now it's time to prune our peppers. We will pick off the leaves on the stem up to the main fork. And with that, pepper pruning is done, in the form of removing the leaves. The shoots that emerge on the main stem up to this fork area must be removed by hand or with clean scissors. The saplings should be shaped, leaving 2 or 3 main branches at the top. The leaves at the top section are left untouched so that the plant can breathe and photosynthesize. We remove all leaves and small shoots up to the fork. Even if there are flowers or small peppers, to the area up the fork must be cleaned completely. The reason we remove these lower leaves is to prevent powdery mildew. This is a disease that starts from the lower leaves of plants and then spreads over the fresh leaves and shoots. Powdery mildew looks like this on the plants. Spots that looks like dusted flour form, usually on the upper surface of the leaves, but sometimes on both sides. Over time, these spots merge and cover the entire leaf. Plants stop growing won't flower and the fruits become tasteless. If the disease progresses too far, leaf and fruit drops occurs. When powdery mildew appears on few nearby plants, it spreads to new plants via wind and insects. For this reason, we need to pick off all the leaves close to the soil up to the fork of the sapling. Normally, older leaves are removed while leaving the fresh ones above, but I prefer to remove all of them up to the fork so I don't have to repeat the process. The upper leaves are completely sufficient. Now, let's talk a bit about watering the peppers. The purpose of watering is to store the water required for plant growth, which cannot be met by natural means, in the root zone in the easiest and most efficient way. Pepper is a water-loving plant, however, it is adversely affected by both overly dry and soggy soils. Since peppers enjoy regular watering, drip irrigation is preferred, but if you are doing this on your balcony or in a small area in your garden, remember to water frequently in small amounts so the roots don't stay dry. Of course, when saying don't let the roots stay dry, you shouldn't turn it into mud either. The pot must have drainage hole, otherwise the roots will rot. Peppers love humidity. A humidity level of 60 to 70% is perfect for peppers. In greenhouses, they often pour water on the unplanted ground between the peppers to keep the humidity high. If humidity is insufficient, growth slows down, the stem hardens and fruit set decreases. As you can see here, we completed our pruning and left only the leaves on the top branches. Another step of pruning is to remove the branches on the upper stems and face inward. I will show you one as an example. The other saplings isn't fully developed yet, but I am removing the two inward facing branches of these saplings so that the fruits growing inside aren't crowded, meaning the peppers can grow freely. We cut the branches around this fork that face inward. This area needs room to develop freely as well. When the saplings grow a bit larger, that process becomes much easier to do. I just showed you one example for now. We'll leave the outward facing branches and remove the inward facing ones. Another pruning step is the removal of early fruits and flowers. First, we gather these leaves on the stem one by one up to the fork. Look at the small shoots trying to develop right at the base of these picket leaves. Just like we do with tomatoes, these shoots suck up the minerals that should go upwards, so we need to remove them. Now let's talk about picking flowers on pepper plants. The first flower is picked and the second flower is picked, meaning the flowers in the first and second fork areas are removed so the remaining branches become stronger. If you pick the flowers in the first and second areas, your plant will grow much stronger and yield fruits for a longer period. If these have already turned into small peppers on your saplings and are still somewhat weak, pick them off as well. Look, there are plenty of places at the top of that will bloom into flowers. Anyway, those will yield fruit easily. Our goal here is to strengthen the top structure. The produce you harvest from these top branches will be of high quality. On our other sapling, there are no flowers at the main fork. What do we do then? We will pick off these two flowers in the second area on this sapling. As you can see, there are plenty of flowers at the top and more will bloom. Again, the goal is to strengthen the top branches. If you like this video, please click the like button, and to watch the next video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell. See you in my next videos.